Now to our COVID-19 headlines. The outbreak at the Dane County Jail nearly doubled over the weekend. 69 inmates are now positive. It was 38 on Friday, with many more still awaiting their test results. Naomi Coles spoke to inmates and the sheriff about the situation and found they have quite different impressions of the jail. Naomi?
Several inmates I spoke with say they have underlying conditions like asthma and heart conditions, and they're worried about the jail conditions during the outbreak. Sheriff Dave Mahoney says on site, medical staff are checking positive inmates at least twice a day.
No, I have not been tested. I've been asking for a test for over 3 weeks now. I've been put in multiple pregnancies.
It's bad in there. It's real bad in there.
I spoke to Dane County Jail inmates over video on Friday evening. All agreed to using this recording publicly. They're worried about their health and current protocols.
I got asthma, very severe asthma.
New inmates enter a quarantined unit under current policy, and they get tested when they enter the jail.
They moved an inmate from the Ferry Center to our quarantine block without getting COVID-19 tests done. Now putting inmates at risk.
Bringing in those new inmates caused the outbreak, the sheriff said, but he says no one leaves the initial quarantine unit without testing.
They get tested when they first come in. They get tested on the 7th day and then on the 14th day.
Some, he says, occasionally refuse testing. Those inmates are then put in separate housing, which is limited. System-wide, there's a lot of concern.
But over the weekend, we spent a great deal of time on the phone with family members who called concerned about their loved ones who were incarcerated.
Dane County Sheriff Dave Mahoney says inmates who test positive have access to a doctor and twice daily medical checkups.
We are constantly denied no masks and gloves and proper cleaning and disinfectant materials.
There's no shortage of any of those items, and they're being made available as folks need them.
But for those in jail and their loved ones, the outbreak represents a deadly threat.
If they keep going the rate that they're going, everybody's going to catch corona.
As I reported last week, the current outbreak started earlier with 16 cases in the initial quarantine housing unit when new inmates entered the jail. Later last week, 22 inmates in a different unit also tested positive. Now, those numbers are now much higher. The sheriff says no one yet has been hospitalized or is experiencing severe symptoms.